And it looks like today's event is going to be broadcast in English, French, German, Russian, and Italian. So well represented by every language that we can possibly think of. It's not no Romanian. No Romanian today, unfortunately. Maybe they'll join us later in the event.
Possibly.
And it looks like the brackets are still refreshing for me. How about you guys?
Yeah, they're still refreshing for you.
Yeah, refreshing.
Yeah, so you're right now nobody can find a game. While that process is happening, let's continue to go over who the top contenders are in today's event.
All right.
Oh, and there also, guys, there is one very subtle,
I've got an invite if you guys want to join in on me.
Beautiful. There's one very subtle rule change we should let people know about. And that is the way maps are eliminated in a best of 3 and best of 5 series. Now the way it works is if Torre and I are going to play each other in a best of 3 series, the first thing we do is eliminate maps until we're down to only 3 maps. During the entire series, we can only play on those 3 maps. Then Torre and I would eliminate 2 more maps, eliminate 1 map each. We'd be down to 1 map. Torre and I would play game 1 on that map. And if I lose to Torre, which probably wouldn't happen, but if I were to lose to Torre in that first game, I would be able to choose from the 2 remaining maps from the 3 we started with. So that is a slight difference from how maps were eliminated. In past CraftCups, the entire pool of 9 maps I could select from if I lost game 1. So if I were Terran and Torre were Zerg, I would take Steps of War every time I lost game 1. So it will avoid that.
Makes sense. And thanks for that, Jim. Appreciate that little bit of insight there. And looks like the countdown has begun. We're ready to get this going. Today's CraftCup is starting off Pyro and Zomax on Xel'Naga. Alright everybody, welcome to Imba TV, where everything is in balance. We've got Zomax fighting against Pyro right here in the Xel'Naga Caverns, and this is the EU CraftCup number 31. Thanks for joining us here at Imba TV. Me, MC Dust, and Jim Rayner will be bringing this to you live right now. And once we get loaded up here, Jim's going to go ahead and take it away.
Okay, this is the CraftCup main event 31. We've got a little bit of the word light in there. This is not a light event. So anyway, let's move forward, however. Zomax is spawned as purple Protoss in the top right-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, while Pyro, the German, spawns as blue Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns. In a map vetoing situation, Xel'Naga Caverns is the most frequently selected map in many StarCraft 2 tournaments, and that includes the CraftCup. And a little bit of joking between these 2 players. Now, Zomax has a flag in the round 1 brackets. I see a flag that Zomax has, and I have no idea what country he is from. And if anybody in chat would like to fill me in and let me know what country he's from, we could inform you of that as well. That'd be fantastic. Now, we see a scouting probe moving through the middle of the map. Zomax is doing so with that scouting probe, as he is already warped a pylon into his main base. Therefore, we probably won't see any early game cheese play by our Protoss player, but we will see soon enough. MC Duffs, we're noticing Pyro's first building is a spawning pool.
At a 10, yeah, so 10 pool going down for Pyro.
So that's a fascinating and extremely aggressive choice.
That's right, it is. And we see the first gateway going down right now.
Forge,
sorry, my bad. Yeah, Forge, wow. Going down for Zomax. I just saw the icon on the map and assumed assumptions will get you killed in war.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I don't have a chalkboard to show that on. If I did, I would circle the various letters. Now, this 10 pool is a great move by Pyro, considering that Zomax is starting with a Forge. In fact, this probe, I know we're following it around. If this probe lays down a pylon, that's meaningful, because then he may try to attach a cannon. He may try to warp a cannon in, but it looks like this probe will not be able to do so. And this is a very bad turn of events for Protoss. If we go back to the Protoss main base, we're going to notice also a gateway is being warped in, along with a forge and an assimilator. So I'm not sure, is Protoss attempting to transition out of this aggressive build, or will this probe finally lay a pylon down? It looks like Zomax is transitioning out of what was going to be an early cheese play.
And apparently Zomax is from the United Arab Emirates.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I had no idea that was the flag of the UAE.
And that's it.
Fantastic. You learn a new thing every day when you play StarCraft or observe StarCraft 2.
That's right. Thanks, guys, for letting us know that.
And this probe, the reason I'm focusing in on this probe is you can see the natural expansion by Pyro. We're noticing Zomax finally is going to place down a proxy pylon. If we take a look at Pyro's economic situation here, you'll notice that he sits at 16 drones, whereas Zomax sits at 21 probes. Zomax has one Zealot, and at this point, that Zealot is merely aiding the wall-off process at the top of the Zomax ramp. And here we go.
Yep, two cannons down behind this mineral line.
And we're noticing as well a Roach Warren is being placed down by Pyro in his main base. It will be rather difficult for Pyro to take down this cannon because of the angle it's placed. It will be difficult to surround it. Or, sorry, this pylon, rather. It looks as though this pylon's in a bit of trouble, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's down to 50 health. It will go down.
And that's it. Fantastic counter by Pyro.
Great play.
And I'll tell you what, Zomax looks like he's in a bit of trouble as he frantically warps in gateways. 2 more to be exact.
That's right. We also see Warp Tech being about 60% complete. As these Lings attack this probe, the probe easily goes down. Metabolic speed boost is going down for Pyro, so these Lings will have wings in just a few seconds to, shoot across, to run really fast.
These Lings will have wings. That's a great new one. I'm going to use that next week.
All right. Well, they do, man. They grow little wings and they run fast. They glide.
They sure do.
Yep. So we're seeing another gateway being placed down, bringing a total of 4 gates for Zomax as his Warp Tech finishes up.
And mining off of 2 assimilators as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Now, if we check out the Zerg economic situation, 22 drones off of two hatcheries and only 1 extractor right now, so not a lot of gas for Zerg. 7 minutes into this game, probably a good decision because he's building nothing but Zerglings and drones. And notice as well, Zomax is getting the +1 attack upgrade for his gateway units via the Forge. And we see the Protoss army moving forward. First, a real big-time aggression after that attempted cheese play by Zomax. And its Overlord looks like it's in big trouble, folks.
Yes, it does.
As
it gets brought down. Nope, it's going down.
Man.
And that will indeed supply cap and supply block Pyro.
And Pyro is laying down 2 spine crawlers there with half build. Pyro is alone and in danger. He's definitely afraid of what's going to happen here.
And there are just some Lings and 3 Roaches out right now.
13 Zerglings and 3 Roaches, as McDuff has so eloquently pointed out. And we see the Protoss army moving forward. A forward pylon placed down on the gold mineral expansion. 4 Zealots. An interesting choice. All Zealots warped in.
That's it. That is definitely an interesting choice as we see these 2 Queens and the Zerglings go in.
And it was a choice. He had the gas to build lots of stuff, and he chose Zealots. So let's see if that's the right move.
And Zomax throws down those force fields, and it looks like he takes down both of the Queens and the Roaches. Pyro's sitting in a little bit of trouble here.
More Roaches on the way, and Zomax is going to back off a bit, but I'll tell you what. Let's see what Zomax warps in. Now we're seeing Stalkers, and with Roaches being produced, I don't know. I guess Stalkers are probably the best combination. Stalkers plus Sentries, and we'll notice as well that Zomax has managed to expand.
He definitely has, and he does throw down a Maynard transfer and a cannon, as well as a robo facility right there. in his natural.
Zomax is at 34 probes now, mining off of 2 bases, whereas Pyro's only got 19 drones. So Zomax has a substantial economic advantage. The Protoss army is in command.
That's for sure. More stalkers warping in now, as we see Pyro.
Pyro's got to increase his economy, man. This is not gonna. Well, it might be too late. As I say that.
Especially, yeah, he's only sitting on 18 drones.
Yeah.
And you're right. That's never a good sign when you're playing Zerg, man. You want to have at least one base ahead of your opponent, plus the drones to cover those.
Yeah, and you can't have 17 drones 11 minutes into a game.
Yeah, that's exactly true.
Recipe for disaster here as the Protoss army. I think they've got this game. I think basically Zomax is going to stranglehold on this round 1 game. This forward pylon is never going to be touched. I don't see anything that Zerg can really do. He's really got to drone up. In fact, Zomax is at 40 probes now, as this Protoss army continues to shuck and jive right behind his line.
And even though, and you know, Pyro has not droned up at all since we've started talking about it. He's down to 17 drones because he continues to build these spine crawlers. He now throws down a lair, and he only has 17 drones. This is not a good sign. He definitely is going to need some more dronage there. As Zomax pokes in a little bit, more stalkers coming in.
4 stalkers.
4 at a time.
Interesting choice. Nothing but stalkers. Let's see what Zomax can do right here.
Walking right past the spine crawlers.
Awesome.
Oh, man. Not even
he's going to lay down a force field.
Yep.
I knew it.
That's right. Great play by Zomax. Great play indeed.
And Jim Raynor called it. A second force field. And that layers in a whole heap of trouble, folks.
That's for sure.
And these sentries continue to force field off these roaches, and that's going to be the game.
Yep, I believe so.
Zomax will move on to round 2, and I'll tell you what. I think I see Pyro sitting in the back of a school bus, and it looks like Zomax is driving and honking the horn. Because Zomax took Pyro to school in this round 1 match in CraftCup main event number 31.
That's for sure. But, you know, in Pyro's defense, he is a little bit, he's probably a little bit nervous with the stream on anyway. He was saying that anyway. But it looks like these roaches will go in and try to do some damage to those stalkers as more stalkers get warped in.
I'm going to find a game, guys.
Sounds good.
And if you'll join on me.
Or
right. But yeah, it looks like if you can get them to wait just 1 minute, we'll go ahead and finish this one up so I can play that.
I'll use my diplomatic abilities.
Sounds good, Jim. And looking at it, you know, there's no drones left here for Pyro. Only roaches coming out now. It's pretty much over. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next game, guys. So a good game between these two players. Zomax is pushing on. There it is. GG is called. Good game between them both. And let's go ahead and get into the next round. We see the Zerg the Protoss take the victory here.
We are the voice of ire. Our light shall burn a pathway through the stars.
And I'll go ahead and join in on you guys in just a second.
And I just let them know that they're going to be broadcast in front of hundreds of thousands of millions of people. And so they want the name here. And by the way, this game here is brought to you by Minigris. Great work.
Yeah, good job, Minigris, for sure.
You know what we should do? We should make a Minigris. We should make videos of all our war correspondents. When they nail down a game, we'll play the video before the game.
That'd be pretty cool, for sure.
Just for a laugh. Just a little 10-second intro. And
what round is this, by the way?
You got me. By the way, it's starting, guys. This is a round 2 game.
Here we go.